Kings fans, it is not over. McNair has still got some big brain plays that he's going to pull off in this offseason, and I am so pumped to see what he does next. And is without a doubt, he has been the MVP of the offseason so far, taking what was meant to be one of the most stressful off seasons for the Sacramento Kings and just exceeding everyone's expectations. I mean, especially after this play-in loss, an upsetting play-in loss. A lot of fans were so worried about us re-signing Monk. And a lot of fans, too, were wondering with the 13th pick if he was going to explore some options surrounding the 13th pick. But McNair has shown us again that he knows what he is doing. He's got a plan for the Sacramento Kings, and he is going to execute it. And I'm so pumped to see what he does next. Now, before we get into the rest of the video, I'd like to welcome all of you guys to the brand new channel, Kings Digest, where we're going to be covering all of upcoming Sacramento Kings news, rumors, game coverages. Anything Kings related is going to be found here. Now, if you're just as pumped as I am for this upcoming season, hit the bell up top so you won't miss any future videos and subscribe to the channel. Now, as we get into today's topic, alright, so the DeMar move wasn't the only thing that happened that day. McNair made a sneaky signing where he just picked up free agent Jordan McLaughlin on a one-year deal. You know, this backup point guard for the Wolves obviously wasn't a crucial player in the Wolves lineup, but I mean, without a doubt, he is solid. I mean, 47% from three is lethal. That is insane. And I mean, I understand where McNair is coming from with this signing, with the unfortunate news that Kevin Huerter has to undergo a shoulder surgery. He's expected to miss the beginning of next season, so this pickup just makes sense. I mean, we get a solid backup that can play a few more minutes in the beginning of the season, you know, hopefully just do his thing, facilitate the ball, you know, get the rest of the bench involved, and just knock down his triples, you know, when need be. And I feel like this is just a great move. And then when Kevin Huerter, hopefully when he comes back and gets in his rhythm again, then McLaughlin can take more of a vet role, like a Udonis Haslem role, as I like to say, where he's just mentoring the players, and they can show Kevin Huerter the ropes, you know, teach him about the league. And I feel like that's just beneficial. I feel like that's just a no-brainer. It's a great, you know, little pickup. It's just minor roster improvements, and it's a smart move in the long run, I feel. But this poses some questions and concerns because picking up another point guard just adds to our problem of we have no length and we have hardly any big men on our roster, with our only centers being Sabonis and Alex Len, who we just re-signed, and then our only fours being Keegan Murray and Trey Lyles. So we are definitely undersized, and it is a bit of a concern heading into next season, but this is where I believe that McNair has still got something up his sleeve that he's waiting to pull off, and that's when we get into these reports from Sean. It states that after the Sacramento Kings just made one of the biggest moves of the 2024 NBA offseason by signing DeMar DeRozan on a 3-year contract, he states the team might not be done making moves yet, and that new reports suggest that the Kings could still be in the market for Washington Wizards forward Kyle Kuzma, the 28-year-old who still has a few years left on his team-friendly contract. But the Wizards reportedly want at least 2 first-round picks in return for their star player. Now, I have said it in the past, and I will stand by it as well. I'm not the biggest fan of Kuzma's game, mainly because, and it's nothing against him as a player, he has amazing potential, he got amazing skill set, and he's someone that a lot of teams would love to have. But it's just mainly his basketball IQ that just irks me a bit. Watching him play, you can clearly see that a lot of the times he doesn't make the smartest basketball play, and a lot of times he's on the court, he don't know what to do with the ball, or he just forces up a shot. Like, without a doubt, he has matured as you know, he's been in the league and moving from the Lakers with his championship experience and then going to the Wizards where he's looked at as the number one option. He has definitely matured and hopefully he realizes now what it actually takes to win games and how to lead a team. Now, the Wizards have been lackluster, obviously. They haven't really done much. But I think now he got it in his head that it's not just all about the stats and the glamour and the highlights and all that. It's basically just about making the smart basketball play, making the right decisions on the fly, because that's, at the end of the day, that's what wins you games. Is just making the right play in the right moment. That's what wins you basketball games. Now, if he has matured and realized that, I believe pursuing Kyle Kuzma would be in our best interest because we do need that length. We need another four on our team. And the fact that he can also space the floor as well, I mean, it's just phenomenal. I mean, he's averaged 22 points a game last season with 6.5 boards. Someone who can also facilitate, which is something that you love having in the four position. Someone who can get the teammates involved when needed. He's a good defender. He's someone that is just versatile defensively as well. He can guard the paint when needed, but he can also guard the perimeter as well. He's got that length, he's got the agility, and he is just going to be a solid pickup for us. Someone who shoots it at roughly 34% from behind the arc. I mean, when you got Sabonis in the post looking to dish it out, he's going to knock it down for you. And then when you got De'Aaron Fox heading downhill to full head of steam, and he just makes the defense collapse, and then he kicks it out into the corner, Kuzma's going to be there. He'll knock it down. So I do believe that this is worth pursuing. I believe this is a great move as it does add that length that we need, and it's another four. It adds to our depth as well. So another player who can create his own shot. Kuzma has proved that he can, shoot off the dribble and facilitate. He's just someone that the Kings need. And I would be so happy if McNair can pull this off. Now, we also seen another report that it is likely that Sacramento would have to give up guard Kevin Huerter in any deal for Kuzma, as their contracts are about equal, and it would keep the Kings from going too far over the luxury tax while boosting the talent of the team. Now, as I stated in the last video with the massive sign trade with DeMar, that I was, blown away that Chicago didn't take Huerter from us, as I heard reports that Chicago was eyeing Huerter, and I was pretty pumped that we managed to keep him. And because I do believe he can come back next season and perform to his full potential, because last season wasn't the best, insight to what he can be. But I am happy that we managed to keep him, but I am not, I wouldn't bat an eye in giving him up to bring in Kyle Kuzma. That is just a no-brainer for me. The main thing I'm worried about giving up is the first-round picks, as I believe that we should keep our draft capital, but I could see why McNair would make this decision, as it is bringing in an elite level talent, and it's just upping our firepower, and it's just going to help us even more with this stacked Western Conference and help us be a deeper playoff team. And I believe we are going to be lethal if we can pull this off with DeMar as well, and then we still got Malik off the bench. I believe this is going to be a great season for us, and I'm just so pumped to see if McNair can actually get this going. Now, that's all for today's video. Make sure you leave down in the comments what you think about this potential trade, or what you think the pros and cons will be, and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss any future information. Now, peace out. See you in the next one.